Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His graceful and merciful. We are given a chance to gather here today for the Islamic Youth Leadership Convention 2021. First of all, really thanks to the Student Representative Council of UniSZA for inviting me, even though I wish I could in person physically joining your convention. I guess that's also everybody's hope, but dashed away because of the pandemics. My dearest children and youth, few years ago, right before the pandemic, while I was strolling on a beach near my residence in Kuala Terengganu, someone walked towards me and said with a crumbling voice, with a confused look and exasperated, he said, "Dr. Sam, can you give me your honest advice to my problem at the moment?" I said to him, "What is your problem, young man?" He said, "I don't know what to do now. My mother keep on telling me to be this and that, and start comparing me with my other siblings. But I have a different interest of my own. What should I do now?" The question was simple and direct. Other than your effort to fulfill your mother's wishes or striving to comfort your mother, true enough, there are far greater issues here than we can think of. Among the questions that we need to ask ourselves, that we are all the time, always in real life, at the juncture of decision-making measures of the time, that we are facing immense actions and consequences in life. There are balancing acts involved, the topics of the leadership in your own terms, or at least how you can carry or portray yourself in the open society, the argumentative and real-life challenges, your independent thinking, and so on and so forth. These are the real-life atmosphere and challenges that we have to face as a human being, and the process to solve the problems. And it's not just the questions of your mother, but the questions from our heterogeneous society as well. We live in a very complex society that we have to consider that. That's one of the reasons why the leadership is a very important element in Islam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 30, "And remember when your Lord said to the angels, 'Verily, I'm going to place the earth a vicegerent,' or the caliph." In the history of Islamic advancement and civilizations, since the time of the Prophet, the two were involved in matters of leadership, not only in regards of family and community leaderships, but national as well. For example, we saw Prophet Daud alayhi salam was appointed as a caliph, Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam as a king, Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam as a finance minister, and so on. Then during the times of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he served as head of government of Medina, a multi-racial and multi-religious society. What is even more fascinating is that in the history of Islamic civilizations and cultures, the members of the youth were the prominent supporters of the Islamic leadership. For instance, during the beginning of Islam in Mecca, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was surrounded by young people who gave him their undivided support. The closest companion, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu, was 38 years old, while Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu anhu, when he accepted Islam, was 32 years old. Uthman bin Affan when he was 34 years old, and Ali bin Abi Talib was around 8 or 10 years of age. After the passing of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, these four companions were the successors to Prophet Muhammad leadership, which started the era of what we call Khulafa al-Rashidin. The first to succeed was Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, then carried on by Umar al-Khattab, Uthman bin Affan, and Ali bin Abi Talib. This shows that the youth is the actual backbone to today's leadership. The future of a civilization or country lies in the hands of today's youth, as yourself. As a famous saying by Nelson Mandela goes, the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, my children and youth, the organization of this Islamic Youth Leadership Convention 2021 that is held for 3 days is timely in preparing the students and youth leaders from Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Brunei, and the Philippines for a better and promising future. Ladies and gentlemen, in such an important moment, I would like to share some of the notes, lessons, and challenges as a leader, and for all of you as our future leaders. First, keep on learning to be a good leader. The process of becoming a leader is likened to a voyage of a ship on the vast ocean. There are times when the water is calm and the wind blows gently and the sky is blue. There are times when the water is rough and the waves become mountains in oceans, and you are hit by storms, and the sky is dark and your ship is pulled off from its navigation. The same is true in matters of leadership. However, despite what happens, we must always be calm and find the best solution to solve our problems, and remember, no matter what, do not give up. Secondly, becoming a leader, you must have a courage in making decisions and at the same time be a good listener. And as a leader, you do not stray from having the need to a tough decision. And as a leader, your decisions must be right on time, right in place, right on the decision itself, and the right on its process. And the best process in making decisions is with listening to the view of others, then make a decision on the basis of the main objective. And there are times you have to make a decision based on the greater goods as compared to a little one. And sometimes others wouldn't understand the reasons behind such a decision, but still you have to make one. My third message is the opportunity to become a student leader just like yourself today does not come to everyone. So take this advantage of this time and use it to your best abilities. Embrace yourself to be the best among the best. You choose whether you want to be ordinary or do you want to be extraordinary. If it's the latter you wish to be, then you must make extraordinary measures as well. My next message is being in the surrounding of the student leaderships. You are very lucky that you must make use of this and make as many friends as possible from both in your own countries as well as others. And do not just feel comfortable in your own circle. Build as the widest network as possible, as it will give you a lot of exposure, experience, and maturity. And this will help you in the future. It will help you to build your skills and your characters. Take the opportunity of this convention to build relations between countries in Southeast Asia, because perhaps you are in the presence of the future Prime Minister or President of each country. Lastly, being a leader is entrusted to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And always remember that our dependence is always on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in many situations. If we ever encounter any problems, hardship, or even joyful, or at a dead end or crossroad in finding a solution, remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always with us. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His ultimate help and guidance for us to perform our duty to being a leader, inshallah. My dearest children and youth, may we always be in the blessings and the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah. With that, I conclude my keynote today. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much.